Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing on this Monday night, July 6th? Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend, 4th of July weekend, that is. So the Yankees win the series opener against the Tampa Bay Rays. They just won 5-1. And in a game that they absolutely needed to win, boy, am I happy that the Yankees are back in the win column, but there is still a lot of work to do here, folks. Still a lot of work to do. I'm happy that they won. I'm happy that, the Yankees were able to pull it off. I'm happy Cam Schlittler was able to bounce back from his last start. So it's a good feeling here, folks. It's a good feeling. I'm glad to see it. But again, the Yankees have a lot of work to do. All right, and we'll go around the horn. We'll go over what Cam Schlittler did. We'll talk about what the Yankees bats did. But this Yankees team tonight looked a lot different. I mean, compared to the rest of, to the last several games. This is the kind of baseball we need to see from the Yankees, right? I mean, yes, okay, they won with the home runs. They weren't getting a lot of hits tonight, right? They only got 3 hits, 5 runs. But you know what? A win is a win. The offense still needs to improve, okay? But it was still nice to see the offense light it up tonight, especially with Jose Caballero hitting 2 home runs. It's nice to see. And this is why I keep saying Jose Caballero needs to be in the lineup every single day. He needs to be playing shortstop every single day. To me, it makes a major difference. I don't care what anybody has to say. He has to be playing shortstop every single night. No excuses. I don't want to hear it from anybody. I mean, Volpe should be a guy that should be coming off the bench and should be playing occasionally. Don't move Caballero to second base. Don't move him to the outfield. Don't play him at third. There's no reason for that, right? There's no reason for that. Just keep him at shortstop. And I think I don't know about you all, but I was watching the game. I think there was a big difference in the infield. I think the infield just look like they operate, like they have been before, they called Volpe back up. So, Caballero should be playing every single day. That's all there is to it. But the win feels nice. The Yankees are now 3 games back. They need to win 3 out of 4. All right, they got to go and win 3 out of 4 against the Rays under normal circumstances. And I put this tweet out on earlier on Twitter. I put the tweet out, and I said that under normal circumstances, I would be okay if the Yankees won 2 out of 4 on an away series. I'd be okay with this, but in this case, and especially where the Yankees are right now and how they've been playing as of late, they got to go win 3 out of 4, man. They got to go win 3 out of 4 against the Rays. Anything less than 3 out of 4 to me is a failure, right? So, they got to win 3 out of 4. At least try to be, a game behind the Rays, right? I'd rather than be a game behind than to be, 4 games behind. A game is fine. If they could sweep the Rays, great. Of course, I don't foresee that happening. The Rays are still a good team. I never sleep on the Rays. They're just very pesky, but the Yankees just had their number tonight. Yeah, the Yankees in the first, 4 innings couldn't get anything going, right? First 4 innings, they couldn't get anything going. They had nothing. The bats were silent. Griffin Jacks was just mowing them down. And then, come 5th inning, they were able to draw a couple of walks. Okay, great. Let's see what they could do with runners in scoring position. We know the frustration with the runners in scoring position. Jose Caballero hits a big 3-run home run, gets the Yankees on the board at 3-0. The Rays put up a run in the bottom of the 5th. Yeah, you start to worry a little bit. You kind of wonder, okay, do the Rays make a comeback? But no, Cam Schlittler, did his job. We'll talk about him here in a minute. And then Caballero hits a second home run of the night and makes it a 4-1 game. And then Ben Rice, who's been slumping lately, he hits a home run. So I like what I saw tonight. Now, I guess my biggest criticism is just, for the Yankees to get more hits, right? I mean, again, they only got 3 hits. Tonight, it's not a lot of hits, but hey, you know what? I'll take the 5 runs. The Rays had 4 hits and scored only a run. So, you know, it was a pitcher's game for sure. It was a pitcher's game for sure. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick, because I know there's a few people in here. Jonathan, what is going on? First person in the building. Katie's in the building. Referees in the building. Pixelmon is in the building. What is up? My boy Gusto. Brad is in the building. What's up, guys? And shout out to Gusto for being a member for 18 months. Thank you so much, Gusto. And referee with the 199 super chat says, fire Cashman. Boone is just a puppet. Hal is trash. Yeah, there's been a lot of, you know, criticism towards Boone, towards Cashman, towards Hal Steinbrenner. You know, listen, I'm just going to say it. Hal ain't going nowhere. Cashman, you know, we'll have that conversation about Brian Cashman as far as what his future is going to look like, because his contract is going to be up at the end of the season. And then with Boone, I mean, he's got this year and next year as far as his contract goes, but, you know, you do wonder, you know, if things don't play out the way we hope, if things don't play out the way the Yankees hope, what happens with Aaron Boone, right? I know for many, many years, obviously, the Yankees have been, or a lot of Yankees fans have been asking for Aaron Boone to get fired. But before I continue, I got to play the sound for the super chat. Thank you, referee. Man, bro. But I know a lot of people want Aaron Boone fired. I get it. I understand. But, you know, I'm always going to ask the question, who replaces Aaron Boone, right? Who replaces Aaron Boone? That's the question. And listen, I'm cool with, you know, I like Boone, but I certainly have my criticisms about him. That's all I'm going to say about that. I certainly have my criticisms. One of my biggest criticisms is him playing Volpe over Caballero, or moving Caballero to play Volpe. I'm sick of it. Like, just stop the noise. There's other things that are annoying me too, but again, you know, I don't want to make this live stream doom and gloom. There's still a lot of work to do, right? The Yankees still have some work to do. Again, I'm happy with the win, but the work is still not done. So hopefully the Yankees can, you know, if they could go 3 out of 4 again against the Rays, that would be a huge series. That would be a huge win before they go travel to Washington to play against the Nationals. And then you got the All-Star break. It doesn't get any easier, folks, because then after that All-Star break, then they got the Dodgers coming to New York. So that's going to be a tough series. That series is making me nervous personally, because the Dodgers are a solid team, man. They're a good team. You know, that series is definitely going to make me nervous. Let me get to more of the comments here. Gusto's got the trigger. Yeah, Gusto's ready to boot somebody. I'm telling you, man. Referee says, until we start playing like historically acclaimed Yankees, I'm keeping the upside down Yankees logo. Hey, bro, you do you, man. You do you. You express how you feel. That's perfectly fine. If you want to keep the Yankees upside down logo, by all means, my man, go for it. No, you're not hurting my feelings. It's all good with me. Brad is saying Shelly Duncan. Yeah, I know you and I discussed earlier about Shelly Duncan. Listen, he knows baseball. He's been with the Yankees organization a long time. He gets it. He understands how it works. Yadier Molina or Francisco Cervelli can replace Boone. Those are pretty solid names. How would they? I wouldn't complain, right? When it comes to the manager thing, right? It's just like when Joe Torre was no longer the manager of the New York Yankees, I was like, all right, well, who replaces him? Cool. Like, who replaces Torre? Girardi came along. Okay, Girardi won the World Series in 2009. Didn't really do much anything else after that, right? It's been a few years where he missed going to the playoffs. Well, he got, him and the Yankees went their separate ways. Well, who replaces Girardi? Who's the next man up? Well, it's Aaron Boone. Okay, well, if Aaron Boone gets let go, who's the next man up? Like, cool. Like, whoever could do the job, man. I mean, really, I'm open, right? But I want to be realistic about the choices too. So about who the choices may be. So I don't want it just to be any name, and I don't want anybody tell me, well, anybody could replace Aaron Boone. That's such a bogus answer. I want names, man. I want names, and if these names can legit do their jobs, you know what? Sign me up, man. Sign me up. What's up, Beagle? What's up, referee? Referee says, I like Boone and Cash. Boone is Cashman that needs to go. It starts at the top, and Cashman hasn't done anything in 17 years. Yeah, I understand the frustration. I do get the frustration. The Yankees not winning anything in 17 years, but of course, I wasn't alive during the time, but this seems like the time when the Yankees didn't do anything in the 80s, right? I'm not trying to go back to the past, but they did nothing in the 80s, right? They did nothing in the early part of the 90s, man. They did nothing, right? They won a World Series in '78. When was the next one they won? '96. It took them 18 years. So they're in this big slump again. They're in this drought again of not winning a championship. So this isn't the first time. And no, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not saying that this should happen, but I'm saying it does happen. It sucks, but it's just a reality, man. If the Yankees didn't experience those droughts, I mean, hell, they'd be at probably 80 championships right now, right? Maybe close to 100. Who knows? And Petruzzi, what up, Petruzzi? Shout out to my man Petruzzi for the $2 super chat. You are the man. Thank you so much. And what is he saying? He's saying that my brother had to spread the love tonight. Oh, well, I appreciate you spreading love, man. Thank you. And Rob Saxon's in the building. What's up, man? Long time no see, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well there, Rob. What is going on? Beagle says, I wish all the games could get over this early. Yeah, I mean, especially for all you folks that live on the East Coast. I totally get it. But yeah, a lot of these games are going to start at 6:40, right? East Coast time, except for Thursday's game. Thursday's game is going to start. It's going to be an early afternoon game. So, yeah, it's these games are early. And listen, the early games are nice. That way you're not staying up till 10 o'clock, midnight, whatever. But so for all my friends on the East, it's a good feeling. Brad says fire Cashman. Honestly, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Brian Cashman after the season ends. Referee says, but George Steinbrenner wasn't having it and had massive changes. Hal seems to accept the nonchalant, mediocre attitude. George is rolling in his grave. Well, again, referee, I mean, during that time, right when they went on that drought, it was a long drought, and this was under George Steinbrenner, right? And this isn't a knock on George. This isn't a knock on the boss, but it does happen, right? There was a long drought, and there was a long drought from 01 from after the 2000 World Series, from 01 to 08, nothing, and then 09 they won it. Right, but that's 09 was a totally different story. But yeah. Oh, you guys dealt with some storm damage? Hopefully you guys are all right, man. Snell, what's up? He says, too much success, strikes on one, stop the team, fire Baboon and Cashman. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not? But we got to talk about Cam Schlittler, man. Cam Schlittler had a bounce back start, right? It made up for the last start that he had. That last start that he had was probably his worst start of the season. That was against the Tigers. But tonight he did exactly what he needed to do, because God forbid if he only went 5 or 6 innings and you had to rely on the bullpen. Oh my God. And we've seen the mess with the bullpen, man. We've seen the mess with the bullpen. I'm going to get it. I'm going to talk about the bullpen, because the bullpen right now is so bad. And I got some things to say about the bullpen. We'll get into that in a minute. But Cam Schlittler, man, what more can you say about him, right? Now he's 9-5. Tonight he went 8 innings, gave up 4 hits, gave up only the 1 run, didn't walk anybody, struck out 8. ERA right now at 2.01. Still rocking one of the best ERAs in all of baseball. He also was named an All-Star, so congratulations to Cam Schlittler and to the rest of the guys that were named that got picked for the All-Star game. Cam Schlittler, Aaron Judge, Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger. So shout out to those guys. Well deserved, right? Even I know there's been you got the slumps going on, but hey, early on in the season they were doing extremely well. So well deserved, man. Schlittler was on a roll, so good for Cam Schlittler. Team USA and FIFA struggles. We can never get the bilateral fair share. Yeah, well, I know Team USA, last I checked, they were winning or losing 1-0. I don't know what the score is right now. It's probably halftime. Yeah, well, they're in the second half. Oh, it's 2-1. Belgium's winning. I would love for that one to go to penalties. That would be pretty cool. Is John Stein going to let him start the All-Star game, though? I don't know, but honestly, who cares? I'm not worried about it. It's the All-Star game. I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not gonna stress it one bit. But again, Cam Schlittler needed a game like this. He needed to pitch a game like this. Going 8 innings once again, right? And not having to rely on the bullpen and, only having to rely on David Bednar to come in and close the game, So David Bednar, you got to shout him out. I mean, as of late, every game that he's been pitching in as of recently, he's looked a lot better on the mound. He's not giving us these heart attacks that other closers have given us, right, in the past. So, Bednar, right now, his ERA is at 2.92. So his ERA has improved tremendously. So hopefully he continues trending in the right direction. But I'm just glad the Yankees didn't have to go and use the bullpen much tonight. We all know the bullpen has been absolutely atrocious. And, guys like Camilo Duvall, they got to go. They got to go. I know Boone said that Duvall has been, he said something along the lines of him looking a lot better, but I'm like, no, just stop, man. I know you're trying to defend the players. I can appreciate that. You're trying to get your players back, so I appreciate that. But Duvall is probably the worst arm in the bullpen right now. He's worse than Jake Bird. He is worse than Jake Bird, man. Oh, Belgium just scored again, 3-1. Yeah, that's game, dude. That's game. I think Belgium's going to move on. Yeah, Belgium's definitely going to move on now. It's hard. It's going to be hard to come back from 3-1, no doubt. But so Duvall's got to go, man. Duvall's got to go. The Yankees are going to have to. They got some work to do when it comes to the bullpen. You were hoping for guys like Lagrange to fill in one of those holes, but unfortunately, Lagrange has a shoulder injury, has soreness in his shoulder, so he's not going to be able to throw a ball for 6 weeks, and who knows what his rehab program is going to look like. If I had to guess, he's probably coming back end of August, maybe sometime September. I don't think he's gonna come back for a little while, and the Yankees, to me, when it comes to the trade deadline and the bullpen, they're gonna have to get like 3 arms. I think they need to aim for 3 arms, but they need to get like 3 really quality good arms. Would it hurt for them to get a starter? I'm sure Cashman will look around. I don't think they're going to get Skubal, but I wouldn't mind them getting Joe Ryan. I really would not mind them getting Joe Ryan. I like Joe Ryan, Joe Ryan's a solid pitcher. But yeah. That's a funny comment, referee, but let's just refrain from the politics. Yeah, let's refrain from that. It's all good, dude. It's all good, but let's refrain from it. Let's not bring that stuff here. Again, you have your right, your choice. You could support whoever. I don't care personally. Do you, bro? But yeah. Respectfully though, let's just keep it baseball. Let's keep it sports, man. Let's leave that other stuff out of here. So, but yeah, I thought it was hilarious. But let's just leave it out, man. Sunil's comment here says, moreover, Boone needed to be able to let him go that much of a distance. Boone has been known to take him out when he's strumming along. Yeah, well, I mean, he was in a groove. I mean, he was looking good. He was, Cam was looking fantastic tonight. So, to go 8 innings, right? I mean, why not? So how many pitches did Cam have? Yeah, he had 101 pitches. He dominated the Rays bats, and the Rays bats are nothing to sleep on. The Rays bats are good. They're pesky, but Cam's been able to shut them down, right? Cam's absolutely been able to shut him down. So, Boone made the right decision. Now, what I would expect Boone to do if Cam was struggling, right? And if it was a 1-run game and, there's, let's say, bases loaded and nobody out, and, the Rays are on the verge of like tying the game up or taking a lead, then sure, you could argue that they need to that he might need to take Schlittler out. So yeah, I think Joe Ryan would be cheaper than Skubal. It's still going to cost the Yankees, right? Pitching always comes at a premium, but I would say I would say that he still be cheaper than Skubal. The Tigers are going to try and look for a fat return for Skubal. Nah, all good, referee. You're good. All good, bro. The Rays has the best. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And batting average, it's kind of weird because with the whole batting average thing, I still look at batting average as being important, right? I mean, yes, OPS, slugging, on base percentage, all that stuff is great too. But like I said, there's teams in baseball that have a higher batting average than the Yankees do, team batting average, but the Yankees have a better record. I'm make it make sense, I guess. But I still look at batting average as something being very important. I know apparently in this day and age, in the modern day of baseball, apparently batting average is not that important, but I tend to disagree with that. Sunil says, well, Boone was out of BP arms today, so he had no choice but to. He had 101 pitches, but in prior situations when the bullpen has had budget availability. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Schlittler was dominating, though. Schlittler was absolutely dominating. That's the thing. If Schlittler wasn't dominating, then Boone would go to the bullpen. Then who do you go to, right? I mean, you better hope you don't go to freaking Duvall. I'm sick of seeing that guy. I think Duvall is a guy that needs to get sent down to the minors. I mean, Duvall certainly has a lot of things to work on. Just like I feel that that's how we feel about Jake Bird too. I think both of those guys, more Jake Bird especially. I think guys like Jake Bird needs to just stay down there in the minors and continue developing for the rest of the season. I don't think he has any business in the on the 26-man roster right now, or on the major league roster right now. So, that's how I feel about it. And same thing with Duvall. I think Duvall needs to either get sent back down, let him work on some things, or the Yankees need to let him go, part ways with him. It's just both of these guys right now, it's just not working out. But yeah, I mean, Cam needed a game like this though. What's up, Slow Burner? Appreciate you, man. Hopefully you're doing good. Jonathan says batting average should make a comeback in terms of importance. It should. It's still an important stat to me. I really don't care about a lot of the other. I care about the other statistics, but batting average is still an important stat to me. It will always be an important stat to me. Sunil says trade Camilo Duvall to the Savannah Bananas. I mean, shoot, you might as well at this point. You might as well. But we talked about Cam Schlittler. So looking at the bats, though, yeah, they only had 3 hits, so it wasn't productive, but they also got the runs that matter. I mean, I know there was all home runs, but hey, you know what? I'll take the win. Yankees get their 50th win of the season. They're 50-40 now. They're back to 10 games above 500. So let's see if they can win 2 more and at least take the series against the Rays. Again, I don't want a series split. To me, a series split in this case is going to be a failure. They need to get 3 out of 4. But Trent Grisham today went 0 for 4. Ben Rice went 1 for 4. He had that home run. Goldschmidt went 0 for 4. He's been in a little bit of a slump lately. Cody Bellinger has been in a major slump lately. His batting average dropped to 248. So at one point his batting average was around in 280s, right? So his batting average has dropped. He went 0 for 4 today, struck out 3 times. So Bellinger's been in a slump. Dominguez he was 0 for 3, had a walk, struck out a couple of times. Caballero was the man of the game with his 2 home runs. He went 2 for 4, 4 RBI game for Caballero. McMahon went 0 for 3. Austin Wells went 0 for 3. No surprise about Austin Wells. That's another guy. We're talking about guys like Duvall and Bird, but Austin Wells is another guy that he's just not cutting it. He's not cutting it. I mean, batting average at 151. It's like, I know we get critical about some of these other guys, but at least the other guys in the lineup, at least they're trying. You know what I mean? I know McMahon's not a great bat either, but at least he's trying. And at least McMahon has the glove to back it up. I'm glad McMahon's back in the lineup. But I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of Wells. That's another guy. Like I said, Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, Camilo Duvall, like these 3 guys, these three guys right there. I'm done. I'm so done. Let's stop playing these guys. But as far as the catcher position go, Yankees don't have a lot of options right now. So that is a major focus along with the bullpen that they need to fix at the deadline. So, but snap! Rodney's in the building. What's up, Rodney? What's going on? What is going on? What is up? What is up? Yeah, send Volpe and Wells to the Savannah Bananas. I'm down. Shout out to my guy, Rodney. Rodney Wells, he's angry. Yeah. I thought you were an Austin Wells fan, Rodney. At least that's what we talked about, didn't we? He's playing, bro. Volpe should stay on the bench or go to AAA. Either or, that's fine by me. He's more of a bench player, man. Yeah, I know. I know you've been here. You're always in the back, just being a spy, seeing if anybody acts up, and if they do, you're gonna give them the boot. Yeah, Wells looks defeated as he walks to the plate. You feel bad for him, but it's like at the same time, man, it's like there were these big expectations when it came to a guy like Austin Wells. And he's not cutting it. He's just not cutting it. He's just absolutely not cutting it, man. Wells ain't it. I like Wells. Like, he seems like a cool dude, but just when it comes to when it comes to playing the game, it's just he's not cutting it. Again, at least some of the guys that are other guys that may not be hitting as well, at least they're trying. Right, at least Ryan McMahon is trying. McMahon, again, he's not a great bat, but at least he's trying. And like I was saying before, I'm glad he is back in the lineup, because during that bad stretch of games with the Yankees, I mean, McMahon's presence was missing, and it was blatantly obvious that it was missing. To me, it was blatantly obvious. I mean, that the defense in the infield was atrocious in his absence, right? So, his presence at third base is important, right? Yes, he's had a little bit of a regression, but I'd rather have him at third over Caballero. I'd rather have him at third over Rosario, right? The only time you don't want to see McMahon is against a lefty pitcher. That I understand. So, yeah, being cool and getting the job done are two different things. Yeah, I agree. What up, Mr. Coconuts? What's going on, buddy? What's up? But tomorrow night, I hope, although I wouldn't be surprised, I hope Boone does not bench Caballero and start Volpe at shortstop. It's just, you just don't do it, man. Stick with what works. Stick with what works. So you gotta go with the better player, man. Just stop messing around. Send Ali Sanchez back to AAA and get JC Oscar back up here. Ali Sanchez really isn't the answer. I mean, listen, I'm not saying Ali Sanchez is the answer, but I also don't want to see two lefty catchers in the lineup, right? I don't want to see a lefty catcher as a backup. We need a righty and a lefty. Plain and simple. Ali Sanchez is not the answer, but at least it's something, He's had small contributions, nothing major, but yeah, I'm not saying he's the answer, but I don't want to see two lefty. I'd rather not see two lefty catchers. So they absolutely need Judge back. I mean, Judge he's needed. Look, the Yankees have been, the Yankees were trying to do everything that they can to survive without him. They were playing well without him at one point. But it starts to catch up eventually. Eventually, guys are going to slump, right? It's going to happen. Your backups are not going to be able to hold it down in the long run, right? There's a reason why these guys are bench players. There's a reason why they're backups. I mean, I like the bench players that they have now compared to the last few years. Does anybody remember Jahmai Jones? Does anybody remember? Frenchie Cordero and Willie Calhoun and Bauer and all these guys. Remember those guys? Remember JD Davis? Like, you know what I mean? Like, those guys were contributing to nothing, zero, zilch, nada. At least these bench players are some contributing more than the guys that I just named. So sign me up all day. He better not start at short tomorrow. Oh my God, I wouldn't be surprised, but it also would annoy the hell out of me, man. Referee, thanks for popping in, man. Have a good night, dude. Thank you again, my man. Shout out to Referee, one of the biggest supporters of the channel. If Aaron Boone benches Jose Caballero and starts Anthony Volpe, then I'm about to bench Boone and Brad Auspice's manager and bench coach. Ted Lasso and Roy Kent. You got it. Ronnie says long way to go. Oh, yeah, Three Musketeers and a Fantastic Four. I mean, not everybody knows that reference, though. Not everybody knows that reference. Those that have been with me for a while know who I'm talking about when I say the Three Musketeers and the Fantastic Four. And trust me, when I say Three Musketeers, Fantastic Four, it is definitely purely sarcasm. I'm not being serious with that. So, Yeah, but as far as the Yankees bench players go, I mean, this is a lot better. These guys are a lot better than what the Yankees have had in the past. So again, you could sign me up all day with these guys, but over the guys that they've had before. But listen, I'm not gonna get. I'm happy the Yankees won, right? Obviously, I'm happy the Yankees won. It's finally they won a game. It's a good feeling, but they still have a long way to go, right? They still got some work to do. I want them to win 3 out of 4. I won't accept anything less than 3 out of 4. That's just me, right? Under normal circumstances, like I said early in the stream, I'll take 2 out of 4, but I would. But 3 out of 4 is something that they absolutely have to accomplish in this series, and that would be huge against a team like the Rays, because the Rays have been red hot. You know, complete opposite of what the Yankees were. The Rays have been red hot, and let me see who pitches tomorrow. I want to see if I'll be able to pull up the matchups for tomorrow. You know, the way the game was going today, I thought the Yankees bats were going to get shut out, man. It's like Griffin Jacks was pitching a perfect game through 4. Then he gave up the walk. You know, the 2 back-to-back walks, and I'm like, okay, he's still got a no-hitter. I really thought, oh man, they got a couple of guys in scoring position. What happens now? You know, I was nervous about that. So yeah, tomorrow it's going to be Will Warren against a pitcher to be determined. So we'll see who the Rays put out there on the mound. But you know, Will Warren, you know, I like Will Warren. Yeah, he's been slumping a little bit as of late. He's been kind of slowing down, but you know, hasn't been too bad. You know, he's actually been better this season. I mean, for a number 5 guy, he's been fine. He's been fine. Oh, how can we forget Aaron Hicks, man? Aaron Hicks was like the greatest player ever. He was my favorite player, Aaron Hicks. I don't know why everybody hated that guy, but what do I know? I think they'll be all right too, man. They just need to snap out of this funk that they're in, you know. Mr. Coconut says, let's be lucky the Rays don't spend money or trade some players or they would win this division. Yeah, I mean, they're not a – listen, the Rays – look, here's where I give them credit. They don't spend a lot of money, right? But they don't have to. But they have a good scouting department. They know how to develop players, right? They know how to develop players. They know how to build these guys up. They put confidence into their guys, and they play some really good ball. I'm surprised they, haven't. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't won a championship. But then again, it's probably because they don't spend a lot of money. And sometimes they just be training some of these guys away. But the Rays do a good job, though. I mean, of scouting players. The scouting department is excellent. They know how to develop players. They're good at what they do. I give credit where credit is due. And Kevin Cash is a good manager. You know what I mean? So, again, I give credit where credit is due. I'm still going to say very objectively, I need them to show much more than they are at the 2023 team. Yeah, but you know what? That 2023 team, all they had was Judge. It was Judge or nothing. It was Judge or nothing. But there's other guys that are trying to step up. They're trying, right? So it was 2023. It was Judge or nothing. Yeah, Rays have now lost 3 in a row. That's good news. Yankees need to continue giving that, contributing to that, that losing streak. Warning track Will tomorrow. Yeah, well, let's hope he doesn't give a lot of home runs tomorrow, or any home runs for that matter. So, yeah, I see this tweet from Chris Kirshner that you sent me, Brad. Aaron Boone said that shortstop is still a day-by-day decision. Why? Why is it still a day-by-day decision? I don't understand this. It should not be a day-by-day decision. It should be every single day. Caballero is your shortstop unless, the guy needs a rest day, because every player gets a rest day. But it should be him at shortstop, dude. It should be him at shortstop. And as I was saying with the bats earlier, right? I mean, and Brad sent me this too. Thank you, Brad. Caballero, 2 for 3, couple of home runs, 4 RBIs, and then you look at the rest of the Yankees, 0 for 20, 13 strikeouts. So, the bats, again, still they still have a lot of work to do. They still have a lot of work to do. So I'm happy for the win, but they still got some work to do. Ain't it crazy there, Itchy? 1 with 3 hits? I mean, what? Kind of wild. They lost Judge for like 60 games though in 20. Yeah, they did, but again, the team that team was still trash in 23, man. It's not like this year's team. I mean, without Judge, they're still, trying to show some effort, right? Even though it's been some bad baseball. Yeah, well, day-to-day decision, my butt. It should not be a day-to-day decision. It should be Caballero should be the shortstop every single game. This is where this is one of the things I disagree. Where I get a little frustrated with Boone, man. There's things that Boone does really well, but then it's stuff like this where it's like Caballero plays really well. Okay, let's bench him tomorrow and play Volpe instead. No, stop. Itchy says because Cashman's ego is hurt. That's why. Yeah. Nez says tonight's lineup is the best chance the Yankees have to win when you factor in the defense. And it was funny too. Joe Girardi made a mention about the defense, right? That the defense has to do everything that they possibly can to prevent runs. And late, I don't know if you guys have been watching my live streams as of late, but I've been stressing defense for a lot recently because the offense is always going to be an important part of the game. There's no disputing that, but you have to have a solid defense. Because without a solid defense, you're not winning games. And that becomes really important in the playoffs, in the postseason. Defense plays more of an important role than the offense does, right? So the defense has to be on point for the Yankees. So and today the defense was good. I saw a difference. I don't know about you all. I saw a difference in the defense and on the field. It makes the world of a difference when you have McMahon playing third, Caballero playing short. It makes a big difference. I think you see a difference even in Jazz when he's out there. I think Jazz is more comfortable out there when Caballero is playing short, because the chemistry between those guys in the infield, they have a good chemistry going. Again, why does that get ruined? For what? What reason? What's up, Jared? Nice to see you. Daniel Barry, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, Itchy says 17 strikeouts today is too much. I agree. That's what I was saying. The bats still have some work to do. They still got to break out of this funk that they're in. Right? We talk about the obvious names, right? I mean, we talk about the names a lot of times. But like with Wells and Volpe, the guys and McMahon, right? Some of these guys that are not contributing. Jazz has been frustrating too. But, through these stretch of games that the Yankees where the Yankees have been struggling, the whole team's been struggling. Everybody's been struggling. Rice has been struggling too, right? Cody Bellinger has been struggling too. So, a lot of guys are struggling. But again, you hope that they break out of it. Oh, the Cavs are here? I could play that real quick. Hold on. Cavs are here. Cavs are here. What up, Theo? Jared's in the building. What's up? What's going on, guys? Appreciate everybody being here. And make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We're on the road to 3,000 subs. We're not far away. We're less than 70 subscribers away from hitting 3,000. So if you are not subscribed and you're watching for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Once we hit 3,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 3 gift cards to Fanatics. So there'll be 3 lucky winners. Well, and it's nice to see that, Jonathan, right? The Yankees, with that cold stretch, they have the second best record in the American League, which is pretty freaking good. But luckily for the Yankees' sake, luckily the American League sucks this year. The American League is terrible. The American League sucks this year. So it's all about the National League. That's where all the big teams are. Right. So, I still say there's no reason why the Yankees shouldn't win and shouldn't make it to the postseason. McClanahan, that's who's pitching tomorrow? Is that who's pitching tomorrow? Shane McClanahan? Okay. Oh, Ian Seymour is pitching? Okay, so it's either Seymour or McClanahan. I know Warren's pitching for the Yankees. I mean, we all know that. Let me see if they put anything out on X. Unless y'all are getting your information on X. Should we be worried about missing the postseason at all? I'm not going to worry about it yet, Theo. If this team, I'll tell you what, if this team falls under 500, right, this month, I'll be worried. If they fall under 500 this month, I'll be worried. Still a lot of baseball to be played, man. Plenty of baseball. There's 70 more games. They're 50 and 40 right now. They got 70 more games to play. So Warren versus Seymour. Okay. Royals beat the Phillies today 15-1. What? That's insane. So, okay, Warren versus – okay, Snell and Jonathan are both saying Warren versus Seymour. Okay. That'll be an interesting matchup. So, this is interesting. Again, Brad sent me this tweet saying Michael K on the broadcast, saying Boone was asked if this is the best defensive setup for the Yankees tonight. He said yes. Looks like any playing time Volpe gets at short is coming from the front office. Yeah, if it's coming from the front office, they need to get off the pike. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, MLB.com? Okay. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, like I said, hopefully Warren can have a decent outing. If Will Warren could go 6 or 7 innings tomorrow, that's a win in my book. But the bats have to step up, right? The bats have to step up because tonight, they struck out 17 times. Yeah, that's unacceptable, and only were able to draw a couple of walks. I mean, those walks mattered, but only drawing 2 walks and striking out 17. Yeah, that's not acceptable. So, got to do better. But look, bottom line, all in all, the Yankees won tonight's game. It was a big win. Hopefully they can get 2 more and win the series and take 3 out of 4 against the Rays. Because winning 3 out of 4 against the Rays in Tampa would be a big win, right? And if they go 3 out of 4, that means they're a game behind the Rays. So they'll make it real tight, really close. So, hopefully the Yankees could make it 3 out of 4. Okay, Snell, let's stop. Let's not go there. Yeah, the Yankees struck out 17 times tonight, dude. It's pretty bad. So, despite them winning, they still struck out 17 times. But, Griffin Jacks, though, he was mowing the Yankees bats down until they got to him. I mean, he struck out 10 and walked the 2 guys. So, he struck out 10 guys. And then Sulser struck out 1. Legumina struck out 2. And then Roycroft struck out 4. So, Griffin Jacks, I mean, despite giving up 3 runs, I mean, he struck out 10 guys. That's pretty decent. That's more than decent. That's just excellent to strike out 10 guys. Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't think they should just rely on the home runs. It shouldn't just be a home run or nothing, right? I don't think that should be the case. But like I kept saying, the bats still have work to do. Despite the win, the bats still have a lot of work to do. Yeah, well, whether it's 2 games or 1 game, Sunil, I'd rather it be 1 or 2 games than it be 4 games, right? This series was, I know for me, can't speak for everybody else, but for me, it definitely made me nervous because, it could have easily turned into like a thing where the Yankees lose the series and they could be, 5 or 6 games back. So, I'd rather not have that personally. But yeah, I'd rather not. Yeah, I'd rather them not be 5 or 6 games. 1 or 2 games. Hey, you know what? Sign me up, dude. But 3 out of 4 though against the Rays would be a major win for the Yankees. So in this series, but that's just my thought. That's what I think. But I am gonna go ahead and shut it down here. I'm gonna end the live stream here. I've been live for almost an hour. I just wanted to go live for after the game. I'm not going to be doing any play-by-plays for this particular series, just because with my schedule, I just some things came up, so I couldn't really move anything around. So I had some things come up. Nothing bad, all good, but just can't really go live for this series. Try and go live for the national series. So if anything changes, I'll keep you all updated. Just keep your notifications on. I'll be live when I'll let y'all know. So yeah, I understand, Theo. I get it, but the playoffs, man, it's like we're still a couple of months away, man. I mean, there's still 70 games to go. right? The Yankees still have 70 games to play. So 72, 2 more games. All right. So they got 72 more games to play. So a lot can happen in 72 games, right? So there's still plenty of baseball to be played. It's July 6th. The Yankees are not completely out of it yet. Yes, I know they've been playing some bad baseball. It doesn't excite us. They haven't shown the energy or anything like that. But maybe this win tonight will light a fire under them. You hope, right? So we'll see what happens the rest of the series. But I appreciate you all joining me tonight on the post game. Just wanted to go live and just chop it up with everybody. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. So I'll shut it down here. Thanks to everybody joining. Hit that like button on the way out if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe if you are new. Greatly appreciate it. We're on the road to 3,000 subs. So if you're not subbed up, please hit that sub button. Keep sharing this channel out with everybody you know. Thank you all very much. Appreciate you all. And as always, let's go Yankees. Everybody have a great night.